Hey, and welcome to Northern Chris. In this video, I'm fixing a Wacker Neuson 6600 watt gas generator. So I purchased this generator from an auction site about 2 hours north of me. I paid about $450. It was missing the front cover for the pull start, as you can see here. And at the time, I also thought it was missing the coil for the spark plug. So the first step is taking off the cover. As you can see, I had to take the air box off as well because it's blocking. There's one more screw you couldn't get or bolt. It's behind the air box. So thanks so much for all the recent subscribers. If you haven't subscribed, don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single video. A new video drop every Friday. Now I can take the cover off. Then I noticed there's a coil. So then I saw the spark plug wire, so that was a good sign. So I figured I'd take the boot off a coil I had lying around from a small ATV. And then I ordered this cover off Amazon. It was about $35 Canadian shipped. So this is a 13 horse, I believe, a GX190, if I'm not mistaken, Honda motor. So you can see, has spark, which is a good sign. Don't need a new coil. Check the compression. Now it looks low, but that compression tester didn't work. I ended up getting a new one. Once again, taking off the air box. So I also bought a coil off Amazon. So here I am just loosening everything off so I get to the coil. So here's the coil that came with the generator. Has a plug there for the on and off kill switch. The coil I ended up buying from Amazon is just a basic one. It's not the right one. So I have to use the one that was there or spend a bunch of money to replace this one. I still decided to take it off to just take a look at it, make sure everything's good. There's no cuts in the wiring or anything. Probably unnecessary. So my plan was to take off the wire from the existing coil and then the wire from the new coil because I had the boot and everything already attached. But it wasn't really coming off. That one just unscrewed. So it looks like the only option is to take the boot for the spark plug off the new coil and put it on the existing coil, and now reinstall it. So what I typically do, take a business card or a thin piece of cardboard, usually from a case of pop, put it between the flywheel and the coil. That gap has never failed me. I'm sure there's a proper setting or gap spec, but that cardboard trick seems to always work. Pull it out. See the flywheel spin perfectly. So the intake, the gasket it was cracked. You can see it's in two pieces. So instead of buying one and waiting a few weeks for it to arrive, again, you can use a piece of cardboard. I've done this hundreds of times. Trace out the old gasket, and then just cut it out. Haven't had any issues. I like to use this type of cardboard. It has a wax coating, so it's a little bit heavier duty than just standard cardboard. It does seem to last quite a long time. Again, take the intake off. You can see the gasket there. So super easy. It's a good trick. Or you can use a gasket cork material. I didn't have any, so this cardboard seems to always do the trick. Then I just took the bolt and popped it through the hole, both sides, and you have a brand new gasket. So there you can see. Put that intake back on. So again, tighten up that air box. Everything is either a 10 mil or a ½ inch or an 11 mil. There you go, so you can see the gasket. So again, I forgot to take the intake off before you can put the cover on. You can see here I'm getting fed up with it. I cannot fit that cover over the flywheel because that plastic cover. Sure enough, probably for the 6th time now, taking off that intake or the air box. So now that the pull cord has been installed, now it's time to see if this thing will start. I should mention this came with 3/4 full of gas. It smelled okay, it didn't smell bad, but you never know with these machines how long the gas was sitting. So now I'm spraying some starter fluid. And you can hear it did run, so that's a good sign. You can see it smoking. Now it was cold in there. adjusting the choke a bit. So now is a good time to clean the carb out. Probably should have done this before. Super easy. If you've seen any of my other videos, you can see how quick and easy it is actually to clean out a carburetor. Not difficult at all. Yeah, certain districts. So again, take the float off, take the needle out, and just blast all the jets with compressed air or carb cleaner. It's literally that simple. So then reassemble it. Now it's all back together. So here I am trying to use the generator for the first time outside. In a different video, I'll be welding the trailer together. You can hear it started up. It's a good sign. You can also hear it surging. Doesn't want to stay running. And right there, the starter fluid caught on fire because it backfired, and it's me blowing it out. So as I mentioned, it had fuel in it. Don't know how old it was, so I ended up deciding to drain it all out. But what ended up happening is these carburetors have a little electric plunger at the bottom, and they're notorious for failing, which I didn't know at the time. So if you don't shut the fuel off and it sits for a few days, all the fuel will drain out of the carburetor into the engine itself and then drain out into oil. So that's why it's all milky and gray. So that chunk you saw was the washer. So I decided, okay, now I have to change the oil. You can see it does not look good. So oil's been changed, fuel's been changed. Now it's ready to go. Again, typically have to use a starter fluid to get these ones going, again, because of that plunger at the bottom of the carb. Otherwise you're pulling that thing for 20-30 times. So I just find it just as easy just to spray carb cleaner or starter fluid. You can hear it now, it's running smooth, there's no surges. So now I'm going to plug in this welder. So I'm going to weld these leaf spring shackles the bottom of this trailer I'm working on. So now let's test to make sure this generator is working properly. So just doing some tack welds. Welder's not the best, but the generator is working. It's not tripping the breaker. Everything seems to be working perfectly. So again, thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoy this video. New video dropped every Friday. This was me fixing a generator. Now brand new, this thing's over $2,000, and I picked it up for $450 plus about maybe $80 in parts. That's the pull cord and the coil that I didn't end up using. So just over 500 bucks, and I have a $2,000 generator, which I'm using up north all the time. So thanks so much for watching. Northern Chris here.